What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Man, I was recently having a conversation with myself, and I came to the conclusion that 80-90% of the gains I've made when it comes to shooting accurately, being a proficient shooter, has come from dry firing and training at home. Now, not saying that putting rounds down range is not important. It is very important. I'm lucky to even get to shoot as much as I do. The average person does not get to do so, whether it's because of the price of ammo, time, work, combination of all of that. And I understand the importance of actually shooting live fire and all that. But if we're being completely honest, most of the training that's important, that needs to be hounded down and needs to be done on a consistent basis, can be done at home. Now, for me specifically, I love to dry fire. I love to play with my guns. I love to just tinker. And, if I'm doing something like watching TV or doing something mindless, again, like watching TV, a show, even when I'm working, I'm on my laptop, I usually have a gun nearby. I'm usually playing with my guns. So it comes naturally for me. So for other people, it's gonna be a little bit of a chore. You're gonna have to uh, I would say adjust your scheduling, or kind of try to throw that on the calendar. Tell yourself I'm gonna spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour just playing with the gun. Most newbie shooters, and by the way, I'm using my Canik MC9 here as my model for the day. Give a shout out to Canik, and this is cleared as always. But you want to be comfortable with the gun. You want to be able to know what all the buttons do, where they are. You want to be able to take the gun apart. Oh wow. Take the gun apart whenever, not feel uncomfortable, know that nothing's gonna happen, where this spring is, where that spring is. You kind of want to know where everything is, because when I shoot with newbies, the biggest thing I notice is fear. And the fear, a lot of it comes with obviously not being familiar with guns and unfamiliar territory. But another thing is about not knowing what they're doing, not knowing where the buttons are supposed to be. Now, where you're putting the fear of anticipating recoil, the fear of the bang, the fear of guns itself, and the stigma, and you put all that together, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. Now, while you're at home, you're dry firing, playing with your guns, doing some dis and ass, timing yourself, doing some dis and ass, working on your guns, and you'll get really comfortable with firearms. You will find that when you're at the range, the adjustments you're making to become a better shooter are very technical, and they're not so much about the gun, but more so about you and these small things that you're doing yourself. And you'll be able to pick that up as you get better and better. Now, I'm not a pro or anything like that. This is just what I've noticed in my journey. Now, all you really need, in my opinion, to do this at home and do this consistently and it be a good time is you need your gun. I'm using my MC9 here. You need the whole holster, whether it's your EDC holster or your over the waistband holster, whatever holster you want to wear, rock out. I suggest doing a lot of this with the EDC holster that you're going to be carrying your gun at, just so you get that extra training from drawing from concealment. So you're going to need a good holster. This is my helical holster here from the MC9. You're going to need some blue tape, painter's tape, a Sharpie, and then your phone. Now, I'm going to use a tablet just because this phone's dead. I'm going to use a tablet as the example. I'm going to go get it here. I'm going to use the tablet as an example, and you're going to get a app. The app, well, you don't have to. There's a ton of these apps, but the app that I use is called Par Pro. You're going to download it from the App Store. It's free. It has a pro version, but the features that you need to do the training consistently are free. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to strip a piece of tape from the painter's tape here, maybe about yay big, and you're going to put it anywhere on the wall, light socket, whatever you want. You're going to mark an X. Maybe you can do a circle, whatever you want. X, circle, whatever you want. X and circle, whatever. You're going to paste it at the top. You're going to paste one on the bottom. You're going to paste one in the middle. Just targets all over your office, all over your room, wherever it is you're targeting, the garage, the backyard. You can do this anywhere, and this is very easily removable. You're going to place your targets all over the place. You're going to mark them, well, again, with an X, X in a circle, whatever you want. and you're gonna put your targets up. Then you're going to get ready. You're gonna put your holster. You're gonna, attach the holster however you carry it, appendix, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever. Whether you're carrying over the waistband, whatever. You're gonna get your holster ready, and then you're gonna use this app to get you going when it comes to the dry fire. What I like about the app is it's super easy to use. You can set up your splits the way you want. I like to go into the settings here, and I like to say that my standby time is between 3 and 12 seconds. That means it'll give me a random standby time between 3 and 12 seconds, which makes it easier to train because it'll randomize everything, and it's good training. Now, once that's done, that's pretty much the only thing I do. Again, I'm gonna holster my gun here, and then you're gonna click ready. It's gonna go on a standby. And you're going to point at whatever target that you decide to point at. You can point at whichever target you want. We're not really focused on the target itself, but trying to get the dot on the target as soon as you present. I practice that a lot. And when I train this, if I present my weapon and the dot is not on target, when I'm done presenting, I don't pull the trigger. So I reholster and I do it again. And the goal is to present my weapon, and the dot needs to be where I want it to be every single time when I present it. If I present and I have to adjust, to me that's no good. I reholster and then I do it again and again, and I do it at the targets that are high, targets that are low. You want to be able to present your gun at any height, not just staring straight down the middle, and the dot is exactly where it needs to be. Now, it doesn't have to just be with a red dot. You can do this with irons as well. I've done it with irons, but mostly it helps when you're trying to train with a red dot. And you basically learn a lot of nuances of mistakes that you're making when it comes to presenting your dot, like having a limp wrist, not having a proper grip, just little things that, the way you're squeezing the gun. There's a lot of little details that become apparent when you do this over and over and over again. And I guarantee you, if you master getting a dot on target every single time and you pull your weapon, when you get down to the range and it's time for you to shoot, you're going to be really comfortable with your weapon. And you're not going to be focused so much on, oh my goodness, this is a big scary gun or whatever, so much as focusing on technical things, whether you're pulling shots with your trigger finger, or you're going, whatever the other small details are, you can focus on that. But just this, you can do this maybe 30 minutes to an hour every single day, and I guarantee you're a better shooter for it. Most people don't do it. Just tinkering and manipulating your guns more often than you would have is going to help tremendously. Like, I can go to the range and I can tell by the way somebody's holding their gun, by the way they're manipulating it, the way they're getting the mag out, the way they're doing what they're doing. I can usually tell how good of a shooter they're going to be. Now, there's going to be some naturals out there who can just pick up a gun and they're naturally gifted, but that's not common. Let's not assume that that's you. Get the proper training in, and this is free. The app is free. The tape, I'm sure you got some tape laying around, you got a Sharpie laying around, and dry fire, pull from concealment, and do it over and over and over again. And the goal, again, get the dot on target every single time, present right way every single time. If the dot, there's no confirmation from the dot that it's on target, I don't pull the trigger, reholster, and do it all over again. Like, I've done this so much, and I'm sure that the fam gets upset when they hear beep over and over and over again, or they hear the reholstering, or they hear whatever it is that's repetitive over and over again. But it makes you a better shooter for it. So that's my recommendation. Quick little app, some tape, and an hour of your time, maybe once a day, once every other day, and I guarantee you're going to be a better shooter for it. So that's my tidbit for today. That's my advice for today. Again, thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate the support, the love. Do something great today. Be nice to others. Recycle. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.